Good evening, my wonderful people. You are all welcome to Discovery Time. Welcome to another edition of Discovery Time. When you come, help us do what we do best. Help us to spread the word. Help us to, tag someone. Um, Help us to do the best. Help me and, calling the Calvary. I will so much appreciate it if you do so. Welcome, 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 welcome to the place where we learn, unlearn, relearn, and try to dive deeper into some things, dive deeper into ourselves, to look into the things that we do or can do to get the best out of ourselves, because that is what it's all about, to learn and to, get the process of self-actualization and self-manifestation, moving on and going on. So if you are joining me for the first time, my name is Helen Aya, and I want to welcome you all to this session of Discovery Time. If you don't know what it's all about, I'll refer you to my previous videos. Just watch a few and see the topics that we deal with. They are really interesting topic that I believe will bless you and will bless someone around you. You never know. So please help us and do what we do best. Do what we do best. Call in the Calvary and join us as we grow while we learn. No. Last month, we dealt with the topic of renewal, and it was such a blessing because we actually learned a lot. Renewal. Before then, we dealt with fruitfulness and all the aspect of fruitfulness, and then we dive into renewal. With renewal, how it's important that we take our time to rest. But in your rest, you don't just sleep and do nothing. In your rest, you put yourself to learning. You reflect on the past, see what you have achieved so far and what else you can do to better things. You also reflect on your own actions, what the things that you do that can be better, or how to change things. And then we also saw the aspect of the importance of doing hobbies, sports, all those things that you can do to renew yourself. And very important thing as well is that you learn. You give yourself to learning. You learn while you renew yourself spiritually, renew yourself, both physically with the sports, renew yourself all other ways. Good evening, Debbie. Good evening, Chie Chinyeye. Or am I saying it? Chukwuemeka. I'll just call you Chukwuemeka. It's a bit easier for me. How are you doing? You're welcome. Good evening. Thank you so much, Debbie. Help us to do what we do best. Thank you so, so much. How are you all doing? Chukwuemeka, my husband will find me that I cannot pronounce your first name. He will find me. So I'll practice on it, okay? Thank you so much. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you all. Please help us do what we do best. Help us spread the word. Um, so yeah, renewal. It's such an important topic. And when this today, the topic of this month came, I was like, I don't know if you guys have been following the topics that have been coming up, really kind of like they make sense, right? But also it's like, see, the one follows the other. And I'm telling you, I kid you not, it's not like I had it all planned out beforehand. Not always, sometimes, but a topic will be given and then it's like, hey, but we just finished with that, and then this dependability was like, wow, okay, and how does that follow? Um, and as I dive into it, a lot started, coming up. I'm like, whoa, okay, so we can really deal a whole month with dependability then. So yes, we are going to deal this month, November, with the topic dependability. And because there is so much in it, that we will get to know. But first of all, I want to ask you guys, when you hear dependability, what do you think about? Just throw in some words because I believe we are going to deal with those words. Um, just throw in some words. What do you think? What do you associate with dependability? Help me here. What do you associate with dependability? Hello, guys. Are you there? Good evening, Pat. You're welcome. How are you doing? I'm waiting, guys. How are you all doing? And what do you associate with dependability when you hear it? Where are my people? I'm waiting for you guys. Come on, talk to me now. I don't want to spill the bean, so just type some words. What do you associate under dependability? God will help me this evening. All right. I'm still not seeing anything. Hello, are we all there? Dependability hmm, is the qualities that we associate with someone that is dependable, right? The qualities, that's what I'm looking for. What qualities will we put there that you can say this person because of that is dependable? I intentionally named it dependability because it's the qualities that we are going to look at. So, what are the qualities, or what should we look at before we say someone is dependable? Good evening, patients. You're welcome. How are you doing? What qualities should we associate, with someone that is dependable? Where are my teachers? Where are my graduates? Tell me now. Well, the qualities, we have several qualities that we can associate with someone that is dependable, like trustworthy, honesty. Um, yes, Pat, thank you very much. So keep it coming. I'm fine as well. I'm fine, patient. Thank you so much. Yes, consistent. Very good. So someone that is trustworthy, someone that is consistent. What else? What else do we associate with, dependable? Someone that is dependable. What makes a person dependable? That's what dependability actually is. So, what makes a person dependable? Reliable. Thank you very much, Pat. Yes, so trustworthy, consistent, reliable. What else? Thank you so much for bringing out this because these are the things we are going to deal with. Um, Reliable, consistent, trustworthy. What else? Predictable. If someone is predictable due to their consistency, they're dependable. When someone is consistent, you can predict, you know exactly what they're going to do. That's what predictable is. You know exactly what they're going to do. And so it makes them dependable for you because you know I can depend on this person to do A, B, and C, or not do A, B, and C, you know. Um, Another, what I also associate with someone that is dependable is someone that dares to be vulnerable. Someone that dares to be vulnerable. Ah, Chichi. Okay, I'll call you like my daughter. I call my daughter also Chichi. Um, she's Chiamaka. So I call her Chichi. Okay. All right. So Chichi, help us out now. Give us a word. Give us something that you associate with someone that is dependable. We have already trustworthy. We have reliable. We have consistent. And I also added predictable and vulnerable. Someone that dares to also, um, show vulnerability, but also is not afraid to give his or her all because even though they know they'll be hurt, even though they know something can happen along the way, but they still take the risk. In this time, we call it risk. They still take the risk to be dependable because someone is like that might not always get it back. We will see it more. Might not always get it back the way that he or she is to others. All right. So thank you so much, Pat. You've really given us a lot of words that we are going to deal with this evening, especially trustworthy and reliable. Honesty, yes. Honesty is a very important aspect. Someone that is honest because you cannot be truthful if you're not honest, right? So all these things work hand in hand and they go together. And if if you don't have these qualities, if you don't have these things in you, it becomes a problem to work with you, right? But we need to understand what does it actually mean. And so this month, I'm just going to break it down, and we are going to take like trustworthy and reliable this evening, and next week we will take consistency, um, um, what I call commitment as well. Commitment is also part of because someone you cannot depend on someone that is not committed. So but what does it mean? So we will deal on all those things next week. But today we are going to focus on trustworthy, reliable, and honesty. What does it actually mean? What does it entail? You know, why I bring this topic is for us to look inward, for us to look within ourselves. Don't look at the outside because that's what we easily do. We look at outside and start pointing fingers and be like, oh, but that person is not this, or but that person is not that, or this is not that, or the government is not doing this or that. But how are we ourselves? How do we act ourselves? Are we reliable? Are we trustworthy? Can someone vouch for us in those things? And If you are not, whatever you are not, you should not expect it from someone else. That's just the simple thing. We always expect things from other people. We want them to treat us good. We want them to do us this, that, that, that. But are you that yourself to others? Good evening, Joy. You're welcome. How are you doing? How are we that to others? You cannot expect someone to love you more than you love yourself. It can't happen. You cannot also expect someone to treat you well when you're not treating yourself well. So if you can't expect all those things, how do you expect someone to be honest with you when you yourself you're not honest? Why do you expect honesty? Like, if I should ask you people in a relationship, what do you want? You'll say, yes, I want someone that is honest, I want someone that is reliable. But what does it mean? Someone that is honest, what does it mean to you? Like, are you honest yourself? Are you honest yourself? Exactly, Joy. You can't give what you don't have. Are you honest yourself? And if you say, yes, I'm honest, to which degree? How honest are you? Are you reliable? Can someone say, hey, this person, yes, I can rely on this person? And if so, how? Which example can they give about you that they can rely on you? So instead of looking outwardly, please let's turn the fingers here, because as you're pointing one finger, it's only one finger that you're pointing. The three others are, pointing back to you. So it means you have a lot of work to do yourself. And so it is when we ourselves we have become aware of the things and who we are, you can now give out and set the standard that you want others to walk with you in a relationship. You cannot set a standard that you yourself you are not meeting that standard. It doesn't mean that we have to be perfect. We are not perfect human beings. No one, none of us is. But at least there is a standard that you can set for yourself. That no matter what, you are not, you can't bring it down, because that's what makes you who you are. And that is what makes you also the the God kind of person. You understand me? Like, yeah, God can say, yes, that's my person, And there's one person in the Bible that God said God was boasting about and was like, well, have you seen my servant Job? Job, have you seen Job? That kind of a person. Can God boast about us? Like, have you seen this A, B, and C person? We must strive to be such for our own good. Sometimes we think, oh, I was having a discussion with a friend just recently, and the person was like, some people, if you're too liberal, if you're too honest, or I'll not say too honest, but like you humble yourself and all those kind of things, they call you foolish. They call you foolish. Why? Because they think they can override you, and they think that because you are so giving and dependable, let me put it this way, when they call you, you are there, they can do whatever they want from you. And so they call you foolish. Good evening, Linda. You are welcome. They call you foolish. But one thing that they don't realize, those people that are busy calling others foolish, one thing that they don't realize is that, there is, I always say, there is a day that we are all going to give account one way or the other. And if that day counts for you, what will be your account? We think life is just there. We live it anyhow. We spend life anyhow, and we do anyhow thing to survive. Look, the honest truth is, when you do anything in the name of surviving, that's why I said we should look beyond surviving. When you are operating at your best, you are thriving. You are no longer surviving, you are thriving. That should be the aim. When you are just doing petty, petty, petty things to just survive, I'm sorry, you are always going to remain at the lowest. Why? You have not actualized yourself. You have not come to the realization of who you are and actualize everything that you can be. So all your potential is still in you. All your potential is what is still in you. And so in this life, at the end of the day, what matters, honestly, is the legacy. And the legacy that you leave behind is not the buildings. No. Because that legacy is supposed to follow you to wherever you are going to. And there is a place we are going to. We have two choices, one or the other. There is no in between. There is a place that we are going to. There is eternity. So if you don't think very well and make wise decisions while you are still alive, while there is breath in you, and you live life anyhow, you should also realize that your legacy is also going to be anyhow, which I don't pray for any of us. Good evening, Tessie. Good evening, Ify. You are all welcome. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. We should not take it for granted. Now, trustworthy. If we talk about someone that is trustworthy, what does it mean? Can someone call you, confidentially say something to you in confidence, like, trust you with something that you will hold on to? You will not betray that person. Can someone trust you with, let's say, money? Because money is very tempting. And so I will use that as an example because that's where we all fail. That's where we all fail. The Bible said that money is the root of all evil. Not that we don't need money, but money is the root of all evil. So how is the state of your heart? Can money pollute you? Can you be tempted by money that you lie? Can you be tempted for money, be hungry for money so much that you will deny your even yourself for that purpose, for that money? Look, God says if you're not faithful with little, He cannot trust you with a lot. And I've always said, whatever you chase after will always be what? Before you. It will always be before you because you are chasing after it. So if you are chasing after money and doing all kinds of things, lying, deceiving, conniving, doing all kinds of things to get it, money is always going to be ahead of you. Why? Because you have not mastered it. You have not mastered yourself. And so it will always be master over you. It will always be master over you. How trustworthy are you? The other time I was bitter when I was saying, talking about, how some people, we suffer, we will do all kinds of things, bring back money, help me, and then someone will, yeah, you guys know it now. Is that trustworthy? Are you reliable? Are you reliable? Can you partner with someone and you say together, okay, we are going to do this, and then at the end you fold. At the end you back up. You back off. Not that there was a reason, not that the person was not, doing what you don't want, but just you're like, hey, I can't do this with this person. Why? Because I don't want maybe this person to get A, B, or C. You are not trustworthy, you are not reliable. But let's just bring it down. Let's just bring it down to small things. Maybe you'll be like, oh, well, I'm not partnering with anyone. Let's say, for example, for those that are still in school, you know, you have a school project. You have a school project, they've divided you into groups, and you have to do it together in a group. How reliable are you in that group? That the task that they give you, you will do it. How reliable are you? Or how can the group trust you to do your part? Or you all look at the one person that you think is smart and say, hey, you do it. We will all collect the points later. For you, it might be an easy way out. You know, that easy way out of a thing that we look for. It might be an easy way out and say, yes, after all, it's for the points. But don't forget, it is being marked. Don't forget, there is one that sees far and beyond. And that thing that you are saying, after all, it's nothing. It's so much. Because at the end of the day, those people that you work with, you don't know where they are going to be tomorrow. You don't know where they are. Your path might mean that you'll come back to them and they'll tell you, well, we had a school project. And I remember very well how I could rely on you. So I'm sorry. You are not getting this opportunity. Look, there are some things that we do. Don't forget about what we learn about, you know, planting. Whatever seed you plant, you will definitely reap it one way or the other. You will definitely reap it. So if you plant those seeds, you think for you it's little, little seeds, it doesn't matter. I'm not doing anyone harm. You are not doing anyone harm, you might think, but you are doing your reputation harm. You are causing harm to your own reputation because at the end of the day, those cool people, friends that you thought is just there, and then you carry that trend because it will not end there, it will go further, and then you carry that character trend all over. Who do you think will give you opportunity when that opportunity comes? Who do you think will say, oh yes, I can vouch for this person, like this person, yes, I can trust this person? In those things, you sometimes we think people are not watching. Honestly, I'm watching even all of you. Serious with little little things. I can see this person is this or this person is that. We are miles away. We are miles away from each other. But there are some things you can sense if you are open to them. There are some little things you can be like, okay, how trustworthy is this person? Now you might think we are miles away, and so what? It's just online we are dealing with. Don't forget, we are living in a global world. We are living in a global world. And my word might mean nothing, but people you are interacting with or that are also seeing how you are acting online, you never know where you are going to meet tomorrow. Forget, don't think, it's just online, you say anything, you do anything. It has a way of biting back. It has a way of what? Speaking for you or against you. It has a way. Because whatever you do, like someone said, consistent, it shows in your character. It shows in your character. And so if you are not, if you say, oh, but in reality, I'm not like that, well, you can't be A and B differently. It doesn't work like that. So what you are not in the day, you can't be in the night. So if you are in the night something else, then that is the real you. That is the real you that you might be hiding in the day. Because you think in the night there is no light there to see you, there is no one there to monitor you, but you are being seen, oh, loudly and clearly, you are being seen. And one day it will shine in the night, in the day. Don't forget, whatever is done in darkness, one day will meet daylight. It will meet it. The word of God says it. So there are some things we should stop cheating ourselves. Stop cheating yourselves. Look, it pays to be honest. It pays to be honest. I've been seeing On TikTok, all these shots that they do, like, someone will intentionally throw money on the floor and see who is the honest. I know it's a sketch, I know it's acting, and so when it's acted, you don't really know the heart of people. But to be truth, if they test it really, you half of the people will fail. Half of the people will fail. Why? Because it's hard to find honest people nowadays. It's hard to find honest people. And if already in this time it's so hard to find honest people, then how are we going to be? How is society? How is our life, our children? Because they are learning and they are picking up, they are seeing everything we do. Children learn by observing. They don't learn by what you say. You can say, I'm not that, I'm good, I'm this, but they learn by observing. So they observe more things and they learn faster than we think. So, what legacy are we leaving behind for them? What will be your story? I just had a friend. This is heavy for me because just a few hours ago I was informed about a very good, I will not say my best friend, one of my best friend, just passed away, and it's hard for me to wrap my head around it even as I'm talking, because I've been trying to push it away. I've been trying to focus. I've been trying to catch my breath as I'm talking, but the thing just keep hitting me because this topic is so. When we talk of honesty, when we talk of trustworthy, when we talk of reliable, someone that you can rely, she is the embodiment of that. We we've been friends for over 20 years. We met at the university. She was doing psychology, I was doing political science, and we were in the same building, the same dormitory, the same floor, and that's where our friendship started. Um, she's been she's been there all these years. Very, 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 very dependable. She's a friend. We don't call hours on the phone. We will we don't see each other also every day or every month because she lives a bit far from me. But we'll always make intentional appointments, like, hey, it's been a while, let's meet. And then we meet, we sit, we gist, we eat, we talk. And she is my I said she did psychology, so she's my therapist in a way. I'm still talking like she's here. She's the one that I will call. We'll make appointments and we'll just sit and talk, and she'll not pat me and say, oh yes, you are doing, yes, no. She'll just open everything up and be like, but have you thought of this, or maybe try and, or have you even, you know from the other person, if it's a conflict I'm dealing with, or if with myself that I'm dealing with, she is not, she's the person that I could be myself with, around, without being judged. um Man, this is difficult. I could trust her. I could depend on her without being afraid of anything, without If she said yes, I'm there, she's there. Or I can't, you also know she can't. She did not hide anything. She's the type that is not even on social media. Social media is not her thing. She's not even on WhatsApp. You can't get her on WhatsApp. It's just phone, normal call, SMS, email. That's just it for her. She's like she refused to get a smartphone because she just didn't want to get hooked up in all these things. And for no good, with she was not sick, just like that. And her legacy, my her legacy is that she's dependable. She's very dependable. I mean, she's reliable. She's trustworthy. She did not have any children. She was not married. So one day we'll all exit. We don't know when our turn will come. One day we'll all exit this realm. There's two things that is certain for all of us. Birth, once you are born, the next thing is death. That's that's the thing that is for all of us, await all of us. So once you are born, you see the light of life, the next appointment you have is with death. It's just we don't know when our time will be. So you see all these rasmatas that we are doing with life, at the end of it all, what will be said of you? At the end of it all, how will people remember you? Will they say this person? So sorry. Oh, she we almost had the same name. Her name is Ellen. My name is Helen. So the only difference, my children will say, yeah, it's just you. Just remove the H. Helen, Ellen. She was a good person. She did not leave any children behind. Unfortunately, not her choice. Not her choice. But she was hoping. She was still hoping. She did not have big houses and cars. She had her apartment. And that was okay for her. But she's now gone. She's gone. Right. But what I can say as her friend is that I have lost. I have lost big time. I have lost someone I so dear. A rare gem. Those ones that we don't appreciate enough. Those ones that are silent but are there. They don't do much noise. When we call and meet and we talk, that's that's something you can't pay, you can't buy, you can't. And so I didn't even know when I I wrote about this topic. I didn't even know this was going to happen. It's just this week, just today I'm hearing, just today her mother called me. Just a few hours to this live show, a mother called me and told me the news. So, in this life, my dear people, what are we striving after? If all that they can say is he or she lived, had so and so houses, or did so and so cars, I don't know what, and died. If all that they can say about you is that, then I'm afraid it's very poor. I can't vouch for Ellen. She was a good person. She was a really good person. How many people can vouch for us? How many people can say this person is trustworthy? I can trust her. Ellen is someone, if even if I have 100,000 I put in her account, I'm not afraid. That she was that kind of person. I'm not afraid because she will money did not move. Like I told you, even social media is not her. She was not out. She was out of it. Money did not move her because those were not the things that she was looking for. She just wanted to be happy. Only God knows why. Only God knows why. Right? My husband said the good ones don't last. That's a painful thing. The good ones don't last. Please, my dear people, let's not play with life. Let's not play with life. Life has been around too long. It's not a game. Because if you want to play with it, it will play you. Let's be honest. Let's have honesty as a trait added to our name. Add reliability to your name. It doesn't mean that you'll be a doormat. That's not what I'm saying. But there are things that if you are not, doors also cannot be open to you. Opportunities might come, but if in that opportunities they sense that you are not what you presented yourself to be, you will lose the opportunity. And then what? And then what? And this is just in this realm that we are living in. What about the realm that we are going to meet hereafter? Because there is an afterlife. So, what about the realm that we are going to meet? What is going to be said of us? We are not perfect, like I said. We've all lied. We've all said lies. If anyone has not lied here, please raise up your hands. Then you are the most holiest person. We've all said lies. But how do you allow your lies to turn to dishonesty to people, to lie about A, B, and C just in the name of small things, small favors? Because we are seeking for favor here and there, you do all kinds of things. See, if you're in a situation that you have a choice and you still decide to choose for deception, lies, dishonesty, that is the core of who you are because you have a choice. There will be a time that we really might see find that we don't have a choice. But even in that moment, even in those moments, there are some you are still free to choose. The only time you don't have a choice is when you're in when you're in prison, your freedom has been taken away from you. You are but it's what you did that sent you there in the first place. When you are a child under the care of your parents, yes, you don't have a choice of the decision they will make over you. We understand that. But when you are off when you have come off age, you cannot use that anymore as an excuse that I did not have a choice. We all have a choice. And so when you intentionally seek to do with your choice, choose the other, knowing very, you know within yourself, no, this is not. Who do you think you are deceiving? And whatever we are doing, people are watching. I was so surprised when someone I thought was not very close to me said something, um, and he said he said that time to me like, I will stand for you. I will vouch for you. And I was so surprised because I wasn't very free with that person. I thought, if anything, I thought that person can, be very strange at times. But when push came to shove, when I needed her, he said, I will, don't worry, just go for it. I will vouch for you. And I asked why. And he said, the whole this thing, because I was in charge of finance, you like to the cent, they can they can verify. They can verify everything because everything is just there also for them to verify. And so that was what made me like, okay, so whatever you are doing, you think people are not watching, but from afar they are watching. This was someone that was not even in my organization. He's not part of the organization. That's why I was surprised because if it's part of the organization, he's not part of the organization. He was, a friend of a partner organization. I was like, no, if it's with you, I can. And that just tells us people are watching. So you might think, oh, I'm there, I'm not, they don't see me very well. Trust me, people are watching. They are watching you. They might not say A, they might not say B, but one day you might need the help. One day you might need the connection. One day you might need the reference. And that's when you will know whether people are watching or not. That's when you will know, will someone say, yes, don't worry, I will sign for you that I know you. Trustworthy, reliability, honesty. Can this be your trademark? If you are doing business, can this be your trademark? Someone might say, well, I'm an honest person. By my business, I sometimes cheat a bit. Can we say that? You're an honest person, but you cheat sometimes in your business. Does it make you honest? No one will say, oh, yes, it can. You must cheat to beat the system. Well, that the world is making it to be like that does not mean we have to follow. Because in business, if you are not reliable, you can forget it. If you are not, if they cannot rely on you that you indeed will deliver what, at the time that you said you would deliver, they have given you a business to take care of, a project, a contract, and you say, yes, within 2 weeks I will deliver, or within, um, depending on what the contract is, and you don't. You don't also give reason why. Do you think next time people will trust you to do that? People will trust you with with another follow-up project. You've blocked your chance. Good evening, Newton. You are welcome. How are you doing? You've blocked your chance. If in business or whatever you are doing, whatever you are selling, I also saw some video of some people being very creative. They think in duping people when it comes to like selling of tomatoes, how they stick some in a bucket to make it look like it's a lot. And so you buy and you don't watch, they just pour it while a lot is still in the bucket. Well, we might think that is being smart, but that is, it is stealing, it is cheating, deceiving. You've you've disqualified yourself in business. Because if I'm an investor and you don't know, I come and you're doing business like this, I can't even patronize you. I can't even patronize you because you are not honest, you are not reliable. So what is me giving you, adding money to you? What is it going to do to you if this is how you are even managing it to say you are making profit? If this is how you are making your profit, how can sometimes we are not smart in our things. We think we always want to make it big time, quick. And so we go about doing things, cheating here and there to make it, but that is not how things work. It might be working for you for a short time, in a short period, but in the long run, and I know economy is hard, yes. Things are difficult, yes. But pushes you, if it pushes you to live a life of to deceive, cheat, lie your way out of things, then we are missing it. And so someone that is not trustworthy, someone that you cannot rely on, is also not responsible. Good evening, happiness. How are you doing? You're welcome. That someone is also not responsible because I cannot trust you. You are not honest. I cannot rely on you. What, how responsible are you then in life in general? It tells a lot about how you are in life. So I cannot trust you. I cannot work with you. And that is how some people, the only people that will work with you is another charlatan, someone that thinks like you. And so you might be thinking you are smart, the other is thinking to be smarter to outsmart you. See, in Africa, most parts, these Western people think we are so corrupt. Sometimes I don't blame them, because if we see what we do to ourselves, it's terrible. But at the same time, also, I know that there are a lot of honest people among us. There are a lot of honest, trustworthy people among us. But because of the few bad apples, no, we spoil it for a whole group. While we need investors, we need connections. No man is an island. And so if I can't vouch for you in certain areas, you think it's a small, in the small things, because it's the small things that birth the big things. The seed, and out of the seed comes the tree. And it's that tree that will now bring forth fruits. But it starts with a seed, one small seed. So if that small seed is corrupt, what is the tree then and the fruit of the tree going to be like? If one small seed is corrupt, what is going to be the fruit thereof? Please, let's think about this very well and look inward. If there are things, there are characters in us that need to be dealt with, let's deal with it. Because it's not only about us, it's not only about you, it's about you and the generation coming after you. Because your reputation goes beyond, it's beyond you. If your name closes door for your generation, that would be such a shame. That would be such a shame that people will be like, oh, which name did you call again? This and that person? No, 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 no. It's okay. You are the child of who? May that not be our portion in Jesus' mighty name. May our names not be associated with negative that will close doors for generations. May that not be our portion. There are things we are doing, we are taking it for granted. We think, oh, it's nothing. But there is nothing. There is nothing like nothing. There is a beginning of everything. How you begin will determine how you will end. I know personally some people sometimes think I'm a fool because of the way I am. But I always say I prefer to be considered a fool in the eyes of men, but let at the end of it all, my God say, well done. It doesn't mean that I'm actually a fool because I know very well what I'm doing. And so you calling it a fool is unto you. But you said I've insulted you. I'm the first person to, if you want me to lie down, apologize, I will. I will. It doesn't cost me a thing, but it gets me everything up there. It's not written in my face. Or even if you want to write it, that's up to you. I don't mind. I'll be the first person to say, I'm sorry. And I mean it. I'm not just saying it, my God, because He sees the heart. I mean it. I'm sorry. I'll not come and start the next. I will try and get your attention, try to argue is when I think you misunderstood. But if trying to, get and it's getting worse, I'll just keep quiet and then people will talk. Don't worry. After you say, I'm sorry, I offended you. I'm sorry. So sometimes to some it might appear like, oh, this person is mumu, like we say it. But you see me as mumu. Let me be just make peace with you. So that if like what happened to my friend who did not know her end, we don't know it. If that time comes, I'll not be found wanting. That's the consciousness that I have. And that's what I want. I want to awaken us to. We need to be conscious of these things because this life we are living is just temporary. It's just temporary. We are living with borrowed time. The time is not ours. We don't own the time. The time owner will one day come for his time. We are living on borrowed time. So how are you going to account for the time that was given to you? Let that let us be conscious of it. Like my friend, her time came. When the light goes off, that's your time. Her time came. It's between her and her maker now. I can only say what I know of her worldly life. She was good. But I do not know. I don't know. I can't say for sure she's here or there. I can't. It's up to the maker who sees our hearts. I can only say she was a good person. Oh, for sure. Yes, she was a good person. But the rest is between her and her maker. And we will all one day face that same fate. Oh, my people, I'm going to leave us here before I break down again. I just pray that we'll not be found wanting when our light goes out. That at least honesty, trustworthiness, reliability will be found in us as well. Thank you all so much for your time, and I'm so sorry for but I think it's good that I did this because it's in honor of her. She it is well. Okay, my people, I'll see you next week by the grace of God. And I pray that we will all be alive. Good evening, Chiamaka, my daughter's name. You're welcome. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Patience. Thank you all. God knows why, God knows. But at the same time, God also sees all. Have a good night rest to Patience and all of you. And we'll meet next week by the grace of God, same time, 8 p.m. Central European time. You know, they've changed the time again, the time manipulators. So we are, I think, the same time with you guys. I'm not sure. But so Central European time, 8 o'clock. We'll meet next week. And please help me to spread the word. That's the way we grow. That's the way to keep more people informed. And like I said, these are things that we all know, but we need to be hearing it more often to keep us awake, keep us alert, keep us on track. God bless you all. Have a wonderful night rest. And God bless you.